Christian still, okay?
Still a Christian.
Yeah, I still am.
Because I'm having a real difficulty with the fact that we study Buddhism. It seems to be so beautiful. The teachings are just wonderfully helpful in how to live your life day to day. And yet Jesus, we're taught, was the Son of God. And then there's Confucius and Muhammad. And is there any harmony between these different teachers? Or did you choose Buddhism over Christianity? Or I don't know the question. I'm just trying to find out.
No, I mean, you got a couple of questions. One sort of personal and one sort of general. So I'll answer both of them. I was brought up a Christian, and I was in deep rebellion against my upbringing. You know, from a very early age, and it was all bound up in rebellion against my father, and you know, it was a mess. But I've been also like kind of fascinated with Christianity my whole life, and sometimes negatively, sometimes positively. But it wasn't until I started studying Buddhism that I really started to appreciate my Christianity. And I look back at my Christianity from the perspective that I gained from studying Buddhism, and I see what a beautiful religion it is. And now I have very close friends, spiritual friends, Christian ministers, who I actually do teachings with sometimes. We do conversations, dialogues, and stuff like that. And I learn a great deal about my own belief system from them, right? And vice versa, I think. So the answer to your more general question is, I think yes, there are obvious differences between religions. And that you shouldn't, it's not realistic to just imagine that there aren't any differences. Of course there are differences. But the differences are mostly in superficial things, mostly. In just like, you know, ways of expressing, idioms, you know, ways of talking about things, in the words, rather than in the sentiments, I think. Real sentiments. And at the level of morality, at the level of ethics, they're all teaching the same. I mean, universally. They're all teaching don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, you know, round up the usual suspects. And they're all teaching that. The diversions tend to occur at the level of deep philosophy, I think, of whether there's a God or not, or, you know, is ultimate reality empty, or does ultimate reality is full plenitude, you know. And then people get all hot and bothered about that and get their knickers in a twist. But like I've been saying lately, in the Buddhist text, there's this image of, you know, they're all just fingers pointing to the moon. They're all just, you know, words. They're all just doctrines, words that are trying to describe what can't be described. And at the higher levels of religion, in the mystical traditions of all the religions, they say that. You know, they say there is a higher reality, an ultimate reality that lies beyond words, and that any words that you use to describe it distort it. And so, I'll tell you one last joke, okay? There's a joke that religion is like a swimming pool. All the noise is coming from the shallow end. And at the deeper end, everyone's like, you know, nothing to say. It's, you know, awestruck, dumbstruck, quiet. You know, in the face of what can't be named, in the face of what can't be described, awestruck. And I think all the genuine practitioners, you know, of religion have some sense of that. Yeah, it's the shallow end people that are, you know, yelling at each other and, you know, condemning each other to hell and fighting with each other. You know, that's the kiddie pool.
Just